Are you cold?
Yes.
Cold. Oh, so you have to have a baby blanket. That one will be pretty warm to Olive laid on it. She'd give her a puppy stamp of approval. You know, that's a really cute blanket. One of the wonderful viewers said that. Thank you so much. Okay, y'all, hold on. I'm not in this video, but let me go look at what my terrible hair looks like so I can peep in the back for just a second. I have to.
Thought we was ready, didn't we?
No, I've
learned
learned years ago.
Never ready when
we ain't never been ready yet.
It's about the truth of it. Oh, you're coming over this way.
I think I'll be in it if I just...
Won't you flip the thing around where
No
you
way.
can see?
No way, it's too late. I'm already
back
over here.
over
Can't
there.
move now. Welcome to this episode of I Interview My Parents to see what things they have to say here live on camera. What do you think about that?
I'm kind of nervous.
I'm scared.
That's good. We're ready for a good start here.
There's not going to be any inappropriate questions, are there?
Anything like what would you do if you were going to rob a bank? Like what would you do with the money? Should you break the law? Things like that? Nefarious law-breaking nature? Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a Christmas interview, so I'm supposed to be asking nice questions about Christmas time. Yesterday was Christmas. And this video is going to go up today, the day after Christmas.
Okay.
And just so happens to be that lots of people have family that they have to work around everyone's schedules to get together with. So it's possible that someone's having their Christmas party today.
It's true.
So, Merry late Christmas. I'm going to go get on the other side of the camera and get my questions ready for both of you to enjoy.
Okay.
Get on with it.
Now, the very first question, and try to respect each other and don't buzz in. I should get you a buzzer. Don't buzz in before.
You got the big red button.
I do have the bigger button. I can bring it in here and give it to you and you can buzz it. So the first one is, what's your favorite Christmas memory? If you had to pick out any one of them, and it's okay if you say your favorite Christmas memory is not with me and Corey, like since you had kids, if it's before pre-family, if it's like when you're little and you just want to dump us out, that's okay. Go for it. Okay, whoever wants to answer first.
I don't know. That's a really hard one.
Or just maybe it's not your only favorite, but it's one of your favorite.
I got one.
Okay.
Go for it.
When y'all were very little and Christmas morning when you come down the hall and saw the Barbie Jeeps that were under the tree. You remember that?
Yeah.
And how excited they were, and they were in their little, whatever them little gown things was that they wore, and they were just standing there with their mouth open looking at the Barbie Jeeps.
That is so sweet.
And me and Matt couldn't afford Barbie Jeeps. Matt's aunt bought them and
Really?
gave them to him. Aunt Jimmy bought those.
I don't think I ever knew that.
Aunt Jimmy
I never
bought
did know that until right now.
Well, there you go. You learned something in this interview. Well, I mean, we wasn't hiding it from you. You just
No.
forgot. Yeah.
Well, I probably did know that, and I'm
You
just...
discovered our secret.
Well, kids don't care about where things
Yeah.
come from. They don't care. They don't have no concept of money.
And then the
things like
funny
that.
part was when they drove on, me and Matt thought, my goodness, will they ever learn how to drive?
Well, this is what
I was
the,
thinking, well, them things ever break.
It was
well, this is what
bad.
the
They
highway
took
is.
them a long time to learn how to drive them.
Sad. You know, we drove those things until we literally could not
Couldn't sit
fit
in
in
it. Yeah,
them.
and you were still trying to drive them, sitting up on top driving.
It was fun. We loved those. That was a great gift.
Yeah.
Okay, this is really interesting. So for Christmas decorations on a tree or maybe just sitting around wherever your house, would you rather have colored lights? Are you a colored light person or just white, like a white and gold light?
Colored lights.
Colored if I had to have just one, but I like colored and light and white together. It's kind of like what we have.
I like the big old gaudy fat lights like from back in the 60s and 70s. Those are the ones I like. I don't even know if we have any of those.
No,
We had
But
had
those-
some that were made to look like that at one point.
Yeah.
I like those.
I like those too. Sometimes I think it'd be really cool if you had just one setup, one color scheme for a tree, and you had those just white or gold, and then you decorated your tree with all pink or blue
Yeah,
or
that'd be
red or
pretty.
whatever. But yeah, the colored. I think it'd be sad if you.
My
only got
Uncle
to have
Woodrow
one.
used to, there's two big trees behind Granny Gazzy's house, and he would put those big, like you're talking about, big colored ones on them at Christmas. It was so pretty. People driving by on the 4-lane, I'm sure could see them. But if you lived in that area, you probably remember them.
Remember they had the big dark blue ones, and then the orange ones, and then the real bright red ones. I like those.
Oh, I like the bright. So if it had to be Christmas every day of the year, would that be okay?
No.
It wouldn't be special.
Wouldn't be special.
That's true. If it was only
Yeah.
one day of the year, I guess so.
And there can only be one day when Christ was born.
Well,
so,
that's
yeah.
that exactly right. I mean, we can celebrate it every day.
Oh yes, you
but-
should, and especially the resurrection. So
Sure.
yeah.
Okay, so what would be your favorite Christmas song, or maybe songs, like if you have a few?
Beautiful Star of Bethlehem for me. Well, I don't know. I say that, and then Oh Little Town of Bethlehem. That's probably my favorite, but I love Beautiful Star too.
We should do secular and non-secular. So
Does
now
it
you
have to be
give
a
me.
hymnal song?
You can pick like I said, one or the other. So like or one of each, I should say, instead of making you. So you tell me, do you have another one that's?
Like a secular one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love all the old ones from the old movies.
Oh, Brenda Lee.
Yeah, and Bing Crosby and Dean Martin and all them. I don't know. What about you, Matt?
I like Silent Night and
That's a good one.
Christmas Time's a Coming.
That's another good one.
The
that's a good one.
Sammy Kershaw version.
I like that one.
I like that one.
I
So
like
kinda
the Pressley
upbeat.
Girls version.
Oh, Mom, blush. Who are those
You
people?
never heard of them old gals?
No, you'll have to enlighten me.
Okay, food-wise, oh my goodness, this is a crazy one. So, I always feel bad being like, you have to just give me one thing because I never can pick one thing. So you should say like, what's your favorite Christmas food, like the actual meal we do, and then maybe give me a snack, like a favorite kind of Christmas snack that you have around the holidays.
The snack one would be after Christmas and we're eating leftovers would be your mama's rolls with the ham in them.
Oh, yeah.
Those are really, really good. I just had some for
I
lunch
know,
today.
It's
what
like
I
a
had
ham
for
slider,
lunch.
like ham and cheese slider, something
So
like that.
the actual main course food would be, oh, I don't know. I like all of it so much. It's probably your mama's sweet potatoes.
They're
They're
good.
so good.
And I don't make them much.
And I'm a meat guy.
We eat sweet potatoes a lot through the year, but we just usually bake them. So I don't really make those sweet potatoes except at
Candied
Christmas and
sweet potatoes.
Thanksgiving. Candied sweet potatoes, yeah, they're good. The rolls are good. And pralines are good. Christmas cookies.
What's your favorite part about like just the meal itself? Do you like
meal.
the dressing?
Probably
or
the
turkey?
rolls. Probably the rolls.
Oh man, they're good too. They're really good.
Aunt Kim made me feel good yesterday. She said, Tipper, someday all these kids are going to say, and my Aunt Tipper, my great Aunt Tipper, she could just make rolls like it was the
Rolls
best.
upon rolls upon
And
rolls.
we all look forward to them at Christmas. So
Definitely, those are some good ones. I know some people like the Christmas tree cakes. Like when you start thinking about Christmas seasonal food that shows up in a grocery store, like the Christmas tree cakes or candy canes or something like
I like those too. But I don't like them like I do the homemade stuff.
that. True. This is true. I see that. Okay, would you rather, you have to be Santa, or are you going to be one of his reindeer like Rudolph or the rest of them?
Which would I'd rather be?
Yeah. Because see, it's a lot of pressure if you're Santa. It's kind of a lot of pressure if you're Rudolph too. I'd probably rather be one of the
I'd
different
rather be
ones.
the reindeer on the very back row on the right side of the sleigh.
Yes, so specific.
I
Okay.
don't-
Nobody knows him.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd rather be like Mrs. Claus or an elf or something, not neither one of those.
You don't want to be either one of those?
No.
So, I kind of don't want to be either one either, and I'm the one that come up with the question.
I could be an elf, just stay at the North Pole and work.
What would you make?
Dolls, probably.
Oh, that's so sweet. What would you make, Dad, if you had to be an elf of the North
I
Pole?
would make little wooden cars.
Oh my gosh, y'all are precious. We did not even rehearse this, and I'm not even getting them to say this, y'all. They're disgusting. Okay, oh my goodness, have mercy. I gotta go to the next question. Do you like giving gifts or receiving gifts the best? Like, what's your favorite part about that kind
Giving
of thing?
gifts.
Given.
Giving, yeah. I kind of feel like
I mean,
that
it's
too.
nice to receive them too, but it's given, yeah.
You kinda
Especially
plan-
when you get one that, if you give one that somebody really, meaningful, like,
Yeah, you plan all year, like, I just want to get this.
or even like those Barbie Jeeps, couldn't afford to buy them, but that was nice to see you open them,
Yeah.
that morning, see you get in them.
That's my favorite part by far, is gauging people's reaction.
I didn't buy them, but I did keep them running.
Yeah,
There you
did.
go, that counts. So I'm gonna have one that I'm gonna save for last. That's so funny. I had 2 questions answered in one, because other one I was gonna ask was, what would you make if you're in Santa's shop? But you told me. Okay, let's see here. Another question. So you both can tell me, and maybe I could prompt you with specific things about it, but Christmas growing up versus Christmas now. So how has it changed? Tell me what Christmas was like, and maybe in telling me what Christmas was like, you could tell me, like, what did you do something at school? What did the social experience of the going to the store, having get-togethers, and then what did you do, like your family traditions? You know, so you just give me a rundown, both of you. What you
Well, I think the biggest difference is when you're a kid, it seems like Christmas will never come, and then when you're an adult, it seems like it just went by. It's just gone. It just went by in a blur. So that's probably the biggest difference. I think people today seems like overall have more as far as you think about presents and things like that. We didn't have that much when I was growing up, and just the same joy though. I still feel great joy at Christmas, and those around me do. So I don't think that's changed. And Corey and Katie's been out of school for a while, but I suppose they still do Christmas stuff at school, and we did.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we'd make stuff and
We used to
sing songs and stuff.
in elementary school, we'd always string popcorn.
Aww.
Always. I mean, from one grade through several grades for several years, we'd always, that was one of the traditions, would be to string popcorn.
That's great. I love
And we
that.
always got poked with the needles.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
They always had Band-Aids, and
Yeah.
the teacher was always having to put Band-Aids on the
That's
kids.
crazy.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm sure this, I'm like acting like back in the days of antiquity, you ate two people.
1800s.
But was it, people then too would make a big deal about like bringing Santa around. He comes to the school, he comes to the church,
Yeah, he come. I mean, I never believed in Santa, so I didn't.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, I'll tell you, funny. Granny.
Wait a minute, Santa's not real?
Granny.
My whole life is ruined.
Granny would try to tell us about Santa Claus, and when I was little, and Pap would say, it's a lie, there's no Santa Claus, and he said, of course there's the biblical reasons that he wanted us to know what Christmas was for, but he also said, I don't have much, and I can barely give y'all anything, and what I do give you, I'm not letting some man, that
Some
imaginary
fat man in a suit.
That's what he said, fat man in a suit.
This fat man in a suit take credit for it. So I never really believed any, but I remember one time Granny took us to Sky City to get our picture made with Santa Claus, me and Paul, and I don't think Paul really believed in it either because Daddy had told us that, but I remember Paul said, well, he can't be Santa Claus anyway, he's got cowboy boots on.
Oh my gosh.
He had like those square-toed,
Yeah.
Remember the square ones? Anyway,
is
but yes, there was always maybe somebody at school would go through all the classrooms dressed up like Santa Claus and stuff like that, yeah. And I didn't spoil other kids if they believed. I didn't
Oh, yeah,
tell
you
them
can't
like,
tell 'em. You
there's
just
no
gotta-
Santa, don't you know, there's not, I didn't tell them. I just knew that there really wasn't one, but it was fun to pretend and all that.
Did both of your families do Christmas stockings, like how, you'd hang a stocking and put some in it?
Yeah, we had them. Granny crocheted them for us, or made them. Some of them was cloth, some of them was crocheted.
Did you ever have a real fireplace to put them around?
No. We just put them around the walls.
Right.
On
Well,
the
actually,
doors.
we did at one time. I don't know. I was so young. I don't remember if we did hang them around it, but we did have a fireplace insert
Oh, that's interesting.
at one time, and then Daddy had remodeled and tore all that out. So I don't remember if we ever hung stockings around it or not.
I've been reading a lot of Christmas stuff this season, and several people, like 2 of the instances that come to mind that didn't have a fireplace, was the tradition was to hang them over the back of a chair like this,
Oh.
and then somebody said they hung them, always put them on the couch, hung them over the couch is where they hung them.
What time, so like when we're thinking about when you celebrate Christmas, did you do like we always do as far as we get up early in the morning, or was it a later in the day thing?
It was in the morning for us, early in the morning.
It was in the morning for us at home, but we always had a big Christmas Eve. Daddy's whole side of the family got together at his mother's house. And Christmas Eve, and all the kids and the grandkids and the cousins and we eat, and lots and lots of present opening, and stayed fairly late at night and had that celebration. And then the next morning, it was just us at home.
So it's kind of like a tradition to do the Christmas Eve stuff with the family, and then the next morning we did that too. I mean, with Missy.
And if you got a big
people do it
family,
different, yeah.
you can split some of it up
Yeah,
that
that
way.
helps.
Yeah.
That does
Yeah.
help. Try to see if there's anything else I'm going to ask you before I let you go. Can you remember the bit, like one of the Christmas gifts that you received that you were like the most excited about, like the best Christmas
I do.
gift that you ever got? What was
I
it?
do. My very first shotgun.
Oh yeah, it's very exciting.
And it was a cheap little single barrel shotgun, which you now have.
Right, I do. That's right.
But it was my very first. It was actually my very first gun of any kind besides BB guns. It's my first real sure enough gun, and I was real proud of that. And I put it to good use just as soon as the sun came up Christmas morning.
That's exciting.
Shot every shell I had.
And then needed some more.
He got me a box of shells, Daddy did, with it, and I shot every one of them by 8 o'clock. And was kind of, and I was like 10 years old, so I was upset and mad I didn't have any more shells. So he had to call his brother and said, "My goodness, have you got any shells, any 20 gauge shells for this boy?" So he shut up.
That's
And
funny.
he did, and we had to go to his house and get them, and we got back home and I shot all those. And then that was it, because it was Christmas Day and nothing was open. I just had to sit there with my lip run out.
That's so funny. That is funny. What about you?
And my shoulder was blue.
Oh, I bet it
bet
was blue.
for
I don't
sure.
doubt it.
Yeah. For me, it would have been a baby doll, probably. I remember asking for a baby come back, and I got that year. And then one year I wanted it was a doll that was like a ballerina. You push this thing on her head and she'd twirl around, and I really liked that one too. So dolls. I was crazy about dolls.
Okay, I have 2 more questions, and then we will end this interview session. Do you remember having any white Christmases? Like, of course, I know about the ones in my lifetime, but was there more white Christmases?
Yeah, I remember them. I mean, back, and I don't know if you had them out here. It probably didn't snow as much here as it did where I live. But there were probably 4 or 5 that I can remember in the 70s.
Wow.
One really big one in the mid to late 70s. It snowed. Gosh, it snowed, I don't know how much. It was probably 12 inches of snow on the ground, and then it turned off super cold, and it stayed on the ground for a month. We were out of school for a month.
Oh my gosh, wow.
And it was below 0 and wind blowing, and it was miserably cold.
Crazy.
But it had snowed right before Christmas, and it was sometime up in January before we ever went back to school.
Wow.
Oh, it was fantastic. I loved
Yeah,
it.
it would be kids' dream. That would be the best Christmas present.
I can't really remember any. I'm sure there probably was, but I can't remember. But since y'all been born, since Katie and Corey's been born, there's one that I had forgotten about, but I've looked back through pictures and seen, because where Matt's chair sits in the living room, you could see out the window. He was opening a present, and there was snow on the ground. Not a big snow, but snow. So that would have been a white Christmas. And then in, what was it, like 2010 or something like that, was a big snow.
I remember that.
And in those days, we would go to Pap and Granny's after we opened presents here. My brother Steve and his family would open presents at his house, and then we'd go. And by the time we all gathered there, it was a big snow, so they walked out, and lots of laughter, and April and Mark fell or something anyway.
I remember that. That was funny.
But then we got, it just kept snowing and snowing. We thought, well, the power, that's likely to go off in places here. If it snows big, the power's probably going to go off. And we had just got everything cooked, ate and got everything cleaned up. And I think it seems like we'd even done presents. And we were just sitting on the couch and the power went off. And we were all like, we got it done.
I forgot about that.
And then was it 2020?
I think,
Or
yeah,
2019, 2020, one of those, maybe 2020 it snowed. You remember that? Yeah. So
I said I had 2 more questions, but I lied. I have now 2 more, which makes it 3. Did you guys ever have live trees, or did you have fake trees, or?
We had both. We went through a spell of live. We had live trees, I think, the whole time I was growing up real young, up to a point, and then Daddy wanted a fake tree so that on Christmas morning we could do Christmas, and then take the tree upstairs, unplug it and take it upstairs because we'd go out of town and go on a hunting
And they
trip
didn't
for a
even
week.
undecorate it, they just stuck it somewhere.
We took a big black trash bag, we unplugged the lights, threw the trash bag over it, carried it up the steps in the attic and set it down, and it sat there till next year.
Oh my Lord, that's so funny.
And
That's
then
a
next
big
year,
thing.
you go up there and get it and bring it downstairs and whoop the bag off and plug it in, you're done.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's funny.
We had mostly live trees when I was growing up, and when we lived at Sherlock's, it was like those little cedar bush tree kind of things more. And then when we moved here, it's usually a white pine. But then I don't know, probably when I was a mid-teenager or something like that, Granny got an artificial one, and we used that one for a long time too.
Well, they were colored? Like the fake trees that you had, were they always green or were they colored?
Ours were always
They were
green.
green, yeah.
It's interesting.
I think since then, Granny's had, didn't she have like a white one or something after I
Seems
got
like-
married? Seems
pretty
like
sure
she
she
had
did,
a
yeah.
white one or something, yeah.
Seems like I remember that. Okay, well, I guess the question I'm going to close with is probably what would you say, the corniest question I could close with. If any of your Christmas wishes could come true, aside from, if it was just some sort of a Christmas magic miracle and, all other circumstances were a non-factor, what would your magic Christmas wish be?
Oh, I don't know. I guess for me, I mean, if it could be just, you could just instantly have it, would be salvation for all, that people would accept it.
That's such a nice thing to say.
Yeah.
I guess that would be mine too.
Because Dad's like, how could you follow that up?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay, but
I can't top that one.
I know,
so
but okay, so
thanks.
I'll give you
Well-
another one. Aside from that is the right thing to say, and that would be the best wish for everyone. But assuming everyone had that, just so you could be more personalized with it,
Just something personally for us.
or just whatever you think.
Every Christmas morning, there'd be 10 inches of snow on the ground. It just fell the night before.
And I'd get to sled,
Yeah.
right?
You'd get to sled.
I'd
Yeah,
get
that's
to
a good
sled.
Christmas wish. That is.
No.
I'd like to see you sled so that you'd quit talking about it.
I know, but we're never going to get a snow.
we're not gonna.
We probably not had a good snow since that 2020 or
No, we
whatever it
ain't
was.
either.
That was about a 6 or 8 inch snow, and that's probably the last one we had.
And it fell fast and steady.
Yeah, that was
I'd
pretty.
like to see every Christmas morning a good, healthy snow on the ground and a good rack of wood in the basement, and that'd be good.
It's a good wish. That would benefit everybody because all the kids would love to have a white Christmas. What about you, Mom? You ditto that, or do you have something?
I mean, it's hard not to say those big lofty ones you wish for the whole world, or your, the safety of your family and health of your family, those kind of things. But if you just had to pick something like that, what your daddy said sounds pretty good. If everybody's healthy and well, and you had a big snow,
Yeah.
and I could sled
You could just sled again.
and
It's
drink
not
hot
over.
chocolate.
Even if we have to take you to a ski slope and push you down it. You know what I mean? That might be what happens, but you'll get to sled
You
again.
get to sled all the way to the rehab center.
So,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Physical therapy.
Yeah, all the way. What's your joke you tell about the plane crashing?
Oh, yeah. But we'll beat the paramedics there by 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It is terrible. Okay,
Not
well,
funny.
you got anything else you'd like to add or say about Christmas, since we just had Christmas yesterday, the Christmas spirit?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas yesterday.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, we can't forget about the new year. Maybe we'll do another interview concerning the new year. What are your hopes and dreams for a new year, new me? New practices, habits, etc. All the things you say you're going to do and you don't do, and you try to get them done the week before the next new year because you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah, something like that.
No, I don't have any of
No,
those
I
because I
usually
feel so
don't do
good
those
about
either.
myself. I don't understand why everybody else is not up to this.
To your par,
Yeah.
your red flannel par,
Yeah.
right?
You don't like my shirt?
No, I do like it. It's it's funny. It's Christmassy. Mama's shirt has flowers on it, so a lot of Christmas, that's floral. I start thinking about floral decoration, and I'm just wearing the same striped shirt I wear pretty much every day, and no one's gonna think I have more than one shirt. Sorry, it's my favorite. All right, well, thank you for joining this interview. Not like you really had a choice. I made you. It's not like you said, let's go freely do this. And you're free to go do whatever you got to do. And bye. Catch you at the next one.
Catch you at the
What
next
is it
one.
y'all say? And we could say it. God bless you. God keep you.
Sometimes I say, and we'll certainly see you at the next one.
Yeah, at the next one.
Yeah.
So I understand the connotation of that. You're not at the video. You're see you on the next video.
I can't help it. It's just what I say. People love it. It makes me seem quaint.
Yeah, or something.
I am quaint. I can't help it. I'm a simpleton.
Okay, are we done?
We're done. Bye.
Dad out.
Mom out. See ya.
Somebody's blowing up my phone.
It's probably my sister. Mama's still sitting here. You got something else you need to tell these people and you just don't want, you're nervous and don't want to tell them?
No.
That's a wrap then.
That's a wrap.